The sun hung low on the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows over the desolate landscape below. The Smith family, filled with excitement for their journey abroad, boarded the plane with high hopes and dreams of adventure. Little did they know, their dreams would soon turn into a nightmare of unimaginable horror. As the plane soared through the darkening skies, a sudden jolt shook the cabin violently. Screams pierced the air as the aircraft plummeted towards the unforgiving earth below. The deafening sound of twisting metal and shattering glass filled the air as the plane crashed with bone-chilling force. When the Smiths awoke, dazed and disoriented, they found themselves amidst the wreckage in a dense, foreboding forest. The trees loomed ominously overhead, their branches twisting like gnarled fingers, reaching out to snatch the unwary. Fear clenched their hearts as they realized they were not alone. Strange, guttural cries echoed through the darkness, sending shivers down their spines. They stumbled through the underbrush, their senses on high alert, desperate to find a way out of this nightmare. But as night fell and the forest came alive with unseen terrors, they realized the true horror of their situation. They were being hunted by something primal and savage, something that lurked in the shadows and fed on their fear. Each rustle of leaves, each snap of a twig, sent waves of terror crashing over them. They huddled together, praying for the first light of dawn to banish the darkness and reveal a path to safety. But as the days stretched into weeks and their supplies dwindled, hope began to fade. The forest became their prison, its twisted labyrinthine depths trapping them in a never-ending nightmare. And as the last embers of hope flickered and died, they knew that they were no longer hunters, but prey. Prey for the ravenous creatures that prowled the night, hungry for their flesh and their souls. As days turned into weeks, the Smith family's struggle for survival grew more desperate. Hunger gnawed at their insides like a relentless beast, driving them to the brink of madness. They scavenged for food wherever they could, resorting to eating insects and whatever meager vegetation they could find. But as their physical strength waned, so too did their mental fortitude. Paranoia set in, each member of the family haunted by their own private terrors. They started to turn on each other, the bonds of love and kinship fraying under the weight of fear and desperation. In the dead of night, they were tormented by nightmares that felt all too real. They would wake to find strange symbols carved into the trees around them, symbols that seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy. Whispers echoed through the darkness, taunting them with promises of salvation that they knew were nothing but lies. And then there were the creatures, horrific, twisted monstrosities that slunk through the shadows, their eyes glowing with an unholy light. The Smiths caught fleeting glimpses of them, skulking just beyond the edge of their vision, watching and waiting with hungry anticipation. But perhaps the most terrifying thing of all was the forest itself. It seemed to possess a malevolent intelligence, twisting and shifting in ways that defied all logic. Paths that had been clear one moment would vanish the next, leaving them hopelessly lost in a maze of tangled undergrowth. As the weeks stretched into months, the Smith family's once vibrant spirits were crushed beneath the weight of despair. They had long since given up hope of ever escaping the forest alive, resigned to their fate as playthings of the darkness. And so they remained, trapped in a living nightmare from which there could be no escape. For in the heart of that accursed forest, time stood still, and the boundary between life and death grew ever thinner. And the Smith family, lost to the world forevermore, became little more than a fading memory, a cautionary tale whispered in hushed tones around campfires for generations to come. As the weeks dragged on, the forest seemed to grow more malevolent, its twisted branches reaching out like gnarled claws to ensnare the hapless wanderers. The Smith family's once sturdy resolve began to crack under the relentless pressure of their ordeal. Each day brought new horrors. They encountered strange, otherworldly creatures that defied description, their grotesque forms a chilling testament to the twisted nature of the forest. Some seemed to be amalgamations of different animals, while others appeared to be pure manifestations of nightmare-made flesh. The nights were the worst. The darkness pressed in around them like a suffocating blanket, broken only by the eerie glow of the forest's twisted flora. Strange, disembodied voices whispered in their ears, filling their minds with visions of unspeakable horrors. But amid the terror and despair, glimmers of hope still flickered in the darkness. The Smith family clung to each other, their love and determination serving as a beacon of light in the endless night. They forged makeshift weapons from branches and stones, vowing to fight to the bitter end against the darkness that threatened to consume them. But even as they struggled to survive, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. Eyes gleamed from the shadows, unseen predators stalking them with deadly intent. Every rustle of leaves, every creak of a branch sent shivers down their spines as they waited for the inevitable attack. And then, just when they thought they couldn't bear it any longer, they stumbled upon a glimmer of hope. A faint trail, barely visible amidst the dense undergrowth, led deeper into the heart of the forest. With renewed determination, they set off down the path, their hearts pounding with equal parts fear and excitement. But little did they know that the path they had chosen would lead them straight into the belly of the beast. The forest's true horror lay not in its twisted creatures or malevolent spirits, but in the dark, ancient power that pulsed at its very core. And as the Smith family ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, they would soon come face to face with the true source of their nightmares.